Hey Maker, in November of 2022, Etsy announced a new search feature designed to help shoppers locate items faster on Etsy by simply taking a photo or uploading a photo in search. While this new feature is supposed to make it super easy for shoppers to find exactly what they're looking for, is it really that great? And what does this mean for you as a seller? If this is your first time joining me, my name is Christina Nicole, and I am a product photography coach teaching makers like you how to take your own high quality product photos that actually attract more customers and make more sales for your product based business. While visual search is new to the Etsy platform, visual search in itself is not new. And big players such as Google, Amazon, and Pinterest are already using this feature. So what do we know about this new feature on Etsy? Etsy states, until now, the fastest way to find what you're looking for on Etsy has been to search keywords. But we know that when inspiration strikes for our users, words aren't always enough. Now, iOS app users can use images to discover special items on Etsy. Buyers can simply tap the new camera icon in search and upload or take a photo. And Etsy will surface items that are visually similar to the image they shared. So now I'm going to take you inside of the Etsy app and let's test out this new feature and see how it works. So to start off, I'm going to take you inside of the Etsy shopping app. Keep in mind, this is the app for shopping on Etsy, not the Etsy seller app. So at the top, you're going to see the search bar, and then you're going to see this little camera icon, and that is what we are going to click. Now we have the option to either take a photo or to choose a photo from our library or our albums. I'm going to go ahead and take a photo. I got a little setup here of one of my students' products, and she does sell these on Etsy. I personally purchased this on Etsy. Okay, so we're just gonna kind of see what Etsy gives us. We're just doing it on just a white background here. We don't have the best light. We're just taking a random photo. That's something to keep in mind. When a shopper is going to use this feature, they are not necessarily going to have quality photos to utilize this feature, okay? So let's go ahead and capture this coffee mug. And we're gonna click use photo. And let's see what Etsy brings up for us, okay? So it looks like we have pretty similar photos in the sense of there aren't any props being used. They don't have any additional elements in the images. It's important to know that Etsy did state that they will surface items that are visually similar to the image uploaded, okay? But interesting enough, as I mentioned, I purchased this product on Etsy and I'm not actually seeing the product. So this kind of tells me that Etsy visual search may not be bringing me the most relevant in regards to what my past purchase history is or what my past search history is, because I also search Margie Shop all the time. Okay, so that's our first test. The second test, I'm going to swap out these backdrops quick, and we're going to take another photo with just a faux kitchenscape background and a couple additional props, and we're going to see what Etsy gives us in that search. Okay, so I went ahead and I swapped with the backdrop. I added a couple props in, and now we got a lot kind of going on in the image. So let's check this out and see how this works in search and what Etsy brings up for us. I'm gonna take a photo. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in just a little there. Set focus on that product. Adjust that exposure a little bit, and let's go. We're going to use this photo. So if you notice now on this search, because we had additional elements in our image, it is now bringing up more styled type images on the search with other additional props, different backgrounds, that kind of stuff in there. So let's take a peek. But again, I'm still not seeing Margie's listing for this actual mug, and I purchased it here on Etsy. So Etsy is not giving me search results based on my past history, based on things that I've searched for, based on shops that I have gone to, okay? But overall, we're getting pretty similar looking products here, okay? The next thing I want to go in and test is I want to take an image that I've already taken of a styled shot of this, because in this scenario, with that styled shot, we weren't able to blur the background, so we weren't able to put focus on the actual product. So I'm going to go in this time into the camera, I'm going to choose a photo, and I'm going to choose one that I've already taken. And same thing, it's kind of just pulling up a mixture, but it does have more images where the product's in focus, but the background is blurry. But it's still not pulling up Margie's product. Now, I want to show you something, and this is going to kind of be the difference right now between using this visual search and using keywords to search in the search bar, because the technology with Etsy for visual search may just not be there yet. Okay, so I want to go back to search, and I'm just going to type in blue coffee mug. Now take a look at this. So almost instantly I have Margie's actual cup popping up. So what that tells me is it tells me that visual search is not necessarily going off of your past order history, your past search history, or anything like that. Because if I type in blue coffee mug, Margie's is the second listing to pop up that's not an ad. This is the actual mug that I have in front of me that I've been taking photos of. Okay, so this definitely has more accuracy in regards to the very specific product. I'm going to try one more upload image. So we're going to choose this one here. And same thing, it's still not pulling up Margie's listing. So what we can kind of conclude with that test is that it's bringing up images that are very similar to what we actually have uploaded. So if we shoot the product on white, it's kind of bringing up images with plain backgrounds. If we shoot the product with some props in the background, maybe a different background setting, it's kind of bringing up similar images that have some additional props and that kind of thing. And what I want to do now is I want to actually take you into Google Lens and Amazon Lens, and I want to kind of test the same concepts here and see what they pull up for us, because their visual search is definitely far more advanced than Etsy's, and this is kind of how it is supposed to function. So the way that visual search works is through machine learning. Artificial intelligence uses image recognition to actually detect objects, and it should be able to detect that this is a coffee mug, the color, the style, all of those things, and bring up the most relevant images in comparison to what is being uploaded. So let's check it out. Okay, so to start off, I'm gonna take you into Google Lens because Margie's product is available on Etsy. So Google should be able to bring up the listing for us based on us uploading this image. Okay, so we're going to start this photo. We can set focus, but we really can't do anything else. Let's just go ahead and tap, and it's looking for results. And it does, it brings up Margie's listing right there. So it shows up as the 6th listing, but at least it was a match, okay? And even with her having props in the background, we were using white here. It did more of a correlation of the actual product and not necessarily the surrounding elements that the product included. Okay, so now we're gonna go back in and we're actually gonna try to upload an image and see how this does. It's gonna be a styled type image that we're going to upload. Okay, so even though there was a bunch of stuff in the background, it was able to detect that fireplace and the chair and all of that was not the focus of the image, and it pulled the mug, and let's see hers shows up as the third listing there. So we can definitely see that Google Lens is definitely far more advanced and is able to detect the actual product, and no matter what the background or the setting is or what types of props are being used, it can connect us with the proper listing. So this is really cool. Next, I want to take you into Amazon, and let's test out Amazon Lens and see how theirs works. So Margie does not sell on Amazon currently, so we are just using a smartphone charger that I recently purchased, and we're going to capture that image, and it's going to do its little magic, and let's see what it brings up. It showed up as one of the first products in our search, so that's excellent. Let's go ahead and let's swap out these backdrops and try to put it more in a styled setting and see what it gives us then. Okay, so now I have created just a quick styled setup here of a kitchen, faux kitchen, and we've got some additional kitchen props, maybe our chargers just hanging out in the kitchen. Let's see what Amazon gives us. Hit that search bar. Ooh, it seems like it's detecting all the things, all the little bleep bleeps. But still, even with all the additional props and everything in the background, it is still the second result to pop up. So a little bit more accuracy here when it comes to actually being able to detect the object, no matter the setting or surroundings, and bring up the relevant listing. Now I'm going to take this one to Google Lens and see what it gives us. So we're going to search with our camera. Back up a bit here so we can get some of those additional props in there, and let's see what it gives us. I was able to specifically detect that item, and it pulled up the exact listings for it initially. So what does this mean for you as a seller on Etsy? So Etsy is going to use that first thumbnail image to find relevant products to the actual image that was taken or uploaded. So our test concluded that Etsy is suggesting listings that have first thumbnail images that are very similar to the image taken or uploaded. More often than not, shoppers are going to just snap a quick photo of the product that they love or that they're interested in or that they don't know how to describe. They aren't going to take the time to actually remove any surrounding objects or take the time to create a quality photo. So my suggestion for you as a seller at this time is just to kind of hold tight. Let's see how Etsy does with this new feature and the rollout of this new feature, and see if their search becomes more advanced. Because as we saw with Google Lens and with Amazon Lens, it doesn't really matter what type of photo you have. It is able to actually detect the object and bring up the most relevant listings in regards to that specific object. We know that Etsy is always a little behind on their tech in comparison to, say, Google or Amazon. So I think in time, this feature will become more relevant and easy to use. So my suggestion to you at this point is to continue using the thumbnail images that you are using that are bringing you clicks and getting people into your listings, whether that's the studio shot on white or whether that's more styled images. The most important thing to keep in mind when it comes to the Etsy thumbnail is to make sure you are accurately showing the whole product that they will receive. Have you tested the new Etsy visual search feature? What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Please take the time to like this video if you found it useful, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want to learn more about taking your own quality product photos. See you next time.